At this time, we request that you silence your cell phones. The graduation ceremony will begin in 2 minutes. Mado.
Please stand for the processional and remain standing for the posting of the colors, national anthem, and invocation.
Halili nan hijas, hith ganochi ofan, hisakita misit, bamidalwan o meles, hotlite si God, Bunchugon abogis, sulitawan hijas, bunobuita kito max, bunthabul kesigan, bin gilgasi bigon, afachki begis, tiktan o magis.
Gunil Nai Baraza Dadi Mon, Guadalupe Baraza, Hojapoga Dawagis. Muskogi Dalwa, Nakchog Mahaga, Sahalujat, Ayados Mon, Master Apprentice Program of Bagados. Rosemary McCombs Maxi on Mahayados.
Biadi. Nini Bunahoya Yejit, Yikjira, Hobothenga, Jimbohis. Bumastalgi, Bumidalwa, Bum Awaleja, Jefinjagi, Omibadi. Bumajulagi Mon Hobidagi Akithejibus. Inogolgi, Hodazolgi Mon Viknokagi Akithejibus. Janagi Dois, Mat Adigos.
Buhizagadami, Buhizagadamizi, Buhaidi Halu Legis God. Mujunita, Alejigo Mungin, Jimmy Kusabe dos. Nita Hiluzin, Mon, Nanigi Mulgin, Bombalets God, Madojigi dos. Stongonye Jiat, Mado Magi dos. Hayawat, Muskogi Dom Yechjit, Muskogi Dalwa, Nakchoga Mahaga, Solujat, Inchoga Jelgi, Chogotis Poyagat, Athlakuijis. Chimodot Krea Yikchin, Athlakuijis. Hayowi, Adalogiat, Mado Mage dos. Pumustalgi, Punahamgalgi, Punhisalgi, Chandagi Nechkamon, Anogichka, Madojigejigis. Pumajulugi Dadimo, and Florida, Punhichka Jagat, Marabo and Fully Daidos. Punini, Ohayaye Jitskin, Imongega mikusabe dos. Nakmiji bahaniat, pumagadijibas, mon isti, afajki, hidden fulohaniat, pumanejibas. Nakmoahanat, hitka ojin omis komedos. Chingi oven, chini wegidos. Hari, bonaga aksami jalgi, mahayalgi, choge jalgi, and ichkalgi des, madojage jages. Nak amahayat kat mon chindagi nichka, madojage jages. Nak kithiat si eneji nawat, pu habothenga ohralaga handos, pu figi, fachfagi hagahandos. Choge jalgi, nak mijiat, hi limahidos, afach kebach che, manedigos.
Mado. Estongo, Legibosche, Monty Randall, Choho Jifkados, Moman, Muskogi, Owa, Nakchoga, Mahaga, Saho, Wijit, Ya Mahaga, Chogo, Inho Matat, An Adotgidat, Hayomat Man, Nagi, Idogogidos Man, Muskogi, Owa, Nakchoga, Mahaga, Saho, Wijit, Choga Hijogi, Thespoyagat, Saduchino Yodos. Welcome, everyone. I'm Dr. Monty Randall, President of the College of the Muskogee Nation, and I would like to welcome you to the College of the Muskogee Nation's 17th annual graduation celebrating the class of 2026. Let's give all of our graduates a round of applause. We want to say Mado to our Muskogee Women's Honor Guard as well. Let's give them a round of applause for their service. On behalf of the College of the Muskogee Nation's Board of Regents, faculty, and staff, I would like to thank our guests and families for joining us this morning to recognize the tremendous accomplishments of our graduates. Before proceeding, I would like to take this opportunity to recognize our graduates wearing red, white, and blue double cords. Would you please rise and be recognized as a veteran of the United States military? Please continue to stand with me as I ask all military veterans in attendance today to join me and stand and be recognized as military veterans. All military veterans, please stand. If you're in the crowd today, please stand and be recognized. Mado for your service. Please take note of graduates wearing academic insignia in recognition of their exceptional achievements. The class of 2026 has 59 graduates, and that includes 19 graduates on the President's Honor Roll with a 3.75 GPA or higher, indicated with the double honor cords. Would you all please rise and be recognized? We have 10 graduates on the honor roll with a 3.5 to 3.74 GPA and are wearing the single honor cord to signify their achievement. Would you please rise and be recognized? 15 of our graduates are members of the Phi Theta Kappa National Honor Society with a 3.5 or higher GPA and are wearing the gold stoles. CMN is honored to be a national member of the PTK Honor Society, recognized for our excellence in research and academics. Will our PTK members stand to be recognized? Today's ceremony marks an important event for our graduates It is also an important time to celebrate the families and friends of our graduates. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize our special guests. All the mothers and fathers of graduates, please stand and be recognized. Spouses and children of graduates, please stand and be recognized. Grandparents, please stand and be recognized. Now I'd like to introduce the following people. Will you please stand and be recognized? College of the Muskogee Nations, faculty and staff. Our CMN Graduation Committee. We'd like to recognize Principal Chief of the Muskogee Creek Nation, David Hill. Second Chief of the Muskogee Nation, Del Beaver. Speaker of the National Council, Randall Hicks. National Council members in attendance, Galen Cloud, Darrell Proctor, Sandra Golden, William Lowe, Laura Harjo King, Anna Marshall, Charles McHenry, We want to thank our tribal leadership, our National Council members, Executive Office. We want to thank them for their continued support. Former chiefs in the attendance today, former National Council members, James Jennings, Sam Alexander, our executive cabinet members, please stand and be recognized. Chief Hill's executive cabinet members, Grover Wind, Veterans Affairs, Chief of Staff, Jeff Fife. And then our platform guests. Today we have Dr. James King, Regents Director for Institutional Effectiveness. Mr. Mike Flood, Chair of the CMN Board of Regents. Sharon Mouse, Member of the Board of Regents. Miko Tyner, Dean of Academic Affairs. Crystal Wind, Dean of Student Affairs. And today's commencement speaker, American Indian Higher Education Consortium President and CEO, and citizen of the Cherokee Nation and Muskogee descent, Anna Wake Rose. At this time, I am privileged to ask Chairman Mike Flood to share a warm welcome from the CMN Board of Regents.
Thank you, Dr. Randall. And Dr. Randall, is it true that I'm supposed to tell a joke or not today? We'll get to that in a minute. Before I get started, three of our Board of Regents are not here today. And Bruce Douglas is the superintendent of schools at Cameron, and it's down by Fort Smith. course, that's the end of school activities going on with them. Another regent, Pandy Ramirez, she's a state district court judge, and she is in court today. And the third is Dr. Chief Ellis, who was the principal chief, then said, I want to start a college in 2004. And of course, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I was smart enough to get some smart people. And the first person we hired, that was on June the 1st, probably June the 2nd or 3rd somewhere, was Dr. Jack. Going to retire in December of this year, or as soon as we get our new building here. We would not be where we're at today, one, because of Dr. King, and the other, if it was not for the cooperation between the college and the principal chief's office, through several principal chiefs, and our national council that provides the money for our main building, first building. And we had 3 members, I believe, Dr. King, that voted no for 5.3 million. And they said, if you will ask for 10 million, we'll change our no vote to yes. Now that's the kind of people we have on our national council. So anyway, heads, Dr., excuse me, I keep calling you Chief Hill. I bet you'd like me to call you doctor, wouldn't you, David? Well, to that deal in Dale, National Council, just a big thank you from the Board of Regents. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, relatives, thank you for being here today. And it's my honor on behalf of the Board of Regents to welcome you here to our 17th graduation ceremony. And I must tell this story. It was told to me. I'm sure when you get stories told to you, they're absolutely true about Dr. Randall. I was told that when he was young and was going on his very first date, he was probably like myself, maybe others. He just didn't know what he was going to say to his date. And so his buddy said, I'll tell you what you do, Monty. You say something soft and sweet in her ear. You can do that, can't you? He said, yeah, I can do that. So Monty went on his date, and he came back the next day. His buddy said, Monty, did you say something soft and sweet in her ear? He said, I sure did. I said something that is as soft and sweet as I know. Well, what'd you say to her? He said, I whispered in her ear, custard pie. Anyway. Again, thank you for coming. We appreciate it. Congratulations. And whether you go on to get a bachelor's or a doctorate or you're prepared to go to work, wish you all the luck in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Flood. They said he's going to go on tour. He's going to go stand-up tour later on. He's got all these great jokes. And at this time, I'd like to invite Dr. James King up to the podium to introduce our commencement speaker. But as we do so, I would like everybody to, let's give Dr. James King, founder of the College of the Muskogee Nation, let's give him a round of applause, please.
Thank you. Anawek Rose is the president and CEO of the American Indian Higher Education Consortium. Anawek brings 20 years of experience in tribal policy and mission-driven state, national, and tribal nonprofit organizations. President Rose holds a bachelor's degree from Arizona State University and a master's from Bowling Green University. Her passion for developing effective policy solutions that are evidence-based and reflective of impacted communities is central to her entire professional career. Prior to joining the American Indian Higher Education Consortium, she served as executive director of the Oklahoma Policy Institute, a statewide think tank that works to advance equitable and fiscally responsible policies through nonpartisan research, analysis, and advocacy. The focus of her career has been serving Indian country, where she held the positions of Deputy Director at the National Congress of American Indians and Executive Director of the National Indian Education Association. A citizen of the Cherokee Nation and of Muskogee Creek descent, Anawek serves on several education and youth-related boards and is a founding member of VEST, an Oklahoma-based organization dedicated to connecting women to positions of power and influence. Most importantly, she is the mother of two daughters, Walea and Tana. We are fortunate that Anawek is here to share her experiences and provide words of encouragement as our graduates set out on their journey. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to welcome President Anawek Rose.
Thank you. My mom is also here. So stand up, Mom, or don't stand up, but she's here. So I'm very nervous today, right? I get to do this type of stuff a lot, but it's very rare that I actually have to speak in front of my mother. So if y'all know what I mean. We're all kids, we're all daughters at heart. Oh, all right. So first, congratulations. Congratulations. Let's stand up again and let's give yourselves another round of applause because we are all here for this and for you. It is an incredible honor to be here with you today on this beautiful day to celebrate what you have done on Muskogee land and for the College of Muskogee Nation. To the graduates of the class of 2026, to President Randall, the board, Muskogee Nation leadership, Chief Hill, family, friends, faculty, and staff, Mado for inviting me into this space today to be with you. Before I talk about the incredible journey and wish you luck, I'm going to take the privilege of a speaker and talk to you about why it's so important for me to be here today. My father, Gerald Wayne Webb, like many of your grandparents, went to boarding school. His was Sequoia. When he began, he could still speak Muskogee. He carried with him the sounds of home and the words he'd heard from his elders in prayer and the jokes and all of those everyday conversations that make us who we are. By the time he returned and he came back, he could not understand his language. The fluency that he had once carried with him had been ripped away. That loss stayed with him, has been carried to me, and now is with my daughters. But your college, the College of Muskogee Nation, is changing that story. Graduates, you are living proof that what our grandparents, my family had ripped away and was denied can thrive. You've been able to pursue your education in a place built by and for Native people, a place where Muskogee language and culture and sovereignty are not add-ons, but the very foundation of your learning. You've studied in classrooms where you are and where you come from are seen as strengths and not as detriments. That is both a generational blessing and a responsibility. You're part of a turning point in our story of tribal nations, not just continuing what was carried forward, but reclaiming what was taken, and you get to determine what comes next. You are the living proof that our language and culture does not have to be left behind for us to succeed. They can lead the way. And I know that my dad would be so incredibly proud to be sitting here today, not just to laugh at me, but to share with you and the language. So that brings us back to why we're really here today, and that's to celebrate you and the power of tribal higher education. Because as students at the College of Muskogee Nation, you are part of the legacy and movement of tribal colleges and universities. Our missions are much deeper than academics. Our institutions were born in ceremony and in prayer, created to preserve our languages, to protect our cultures, to strengthen our sovereignty, and to ensure that our communities thrive. Tribal colleges were built on a simple, powerful vision that Native people have the right and the responsibility to educate our own. And the College of Muskogee Nation is a shining example of that vision in action. As president and CEO of the American Indian Higher Education Consortium, I have the privilege of representing all 35 TCUs across our 16 states. Together, we educate more than 40,000 students annually and over 100,000 community members. Through that work, I've seen firsthand what our institutions can shape in our communities. And I'm lucky that I've had the opportunity to speak with many CMN students over the years and hear directly how your institution and the students have found their voice here, how they've discovered a passion for learning and a pride in their heritage that changed the course of their lives. I've also seen how our ceremonies and our community are woven into the daily life and fabric of individually, they help students find their voice and define their path. In our communities, they sustain our language and build our connections. And across the nation, they build leadership, knowledge, and capacity we need to govern and to grow. This work is not just educational, it's transformational, it's nation building, and it's sovereignty in action. And the College of Muskogee Nation is a living, thriving example of that vision. This college was founded by of the Muskogee Nation and to the endearing strength of our people. Now, I know when many of you began the journey, the world looked different. Some of you might have started college immediately following a high school graduation, others after our pandemic. Some of you started after caring for your children or maybe caring for sick loved ones. Some after serving your country, our country, or working jobs that barely paid the bills. Indian country doesn't just call for Western educational knowledge. It calls for people who are rooted deeply in who we are and where we come from. It calls for people who live our sovereignty and don't just talk about it. That's you. You have been shaped by more than textbooks, but by your land and your culture and your people. And that kind of education, that kind of knowledge, it's powerful. It's sovereignty. And that's what will help us to retake what was taken, to reimagine what was possible, and to rebuild what must be rebuilt. So as you leave the campus and you take your next steps, whether into careers or continuing education, to tribal leadership, or to DC to come work for AHEC, hint, hint, remember you are the path. You're the path to a new economy rooted in our values. Some of you will become business owners. You'll create jobs not just for yourselves, but for others. You'll start ventures that serve our people and not exploit them. You're the path to economic sovereignty. Some of you will be innovators, bringing sustainable development to our tribal nations. You'll help us move beyond dependence and towards self-determination. You're the path to food sovereignty. You'll farm and fish and forage, and you're going to teach others to do the same. You'll reclaim our traditional food knowledge and apply modern tools to feed our people, not with calories, but with dignity. You are the path to healing. You're our future nurses and doctors and caregivers. You carry a deep understanding of what our people have been through, and that makes you powerful healers, not just practitioners. You're our path to educational sovereignty. Our future teachers are here today. You'll shape the next generation of Native students, helping them to see their brilliance and their potential, their sacredness from day one. That is how sovereignty is carried forward, not as an idea, but as an action. And for anyone wondering, am I really ready for all of that? Let me remind you, you carry strengths of generations with you. You're the descendants of those who survived forced removal. You're the descendants of those that carried our fires from the hickory grounds in Alabama to here in Oklahoma. Our Muskogee culture binds each person to one another as a community and as a family. And now you get to carry that forward. You get to build a future that honors the past, serves the present, and protects our sovereignty for the next 7 generations to come. So as you leave here today, don't just think about the job you're going to take or where you're going to live, which if it's DC, just let me know. Think about the legacy that you're creating. Think about the impact that you're going to have when you walk into that classroom, when you start that business, when you're with that patient, when you plant that seed, because you're the answer to the question that our people have been asking for decades. Who's going to pick up that torch? Who's going to tend our fire? It's you. So Ravens, go forward with pride, go forward with confidence, and go forward that knowing while the world may be in chaos, you are more than ready to meet it. Because the College of Muskogee Nation didn't just teach you skills, it rooted you in identity, it reminded you of your power, and it connected you to your people and to your place. Now, as you look into the future, I invite each of you to pause and reflect on your journey. Think about the challenges that you have faced. the lessons that you have learned, and all of the people that stood by your side. And take a moment to feel gratitude for your own perseverance, for the support of your loved ones, and for those that stood beside you. Because you have accomplished something incredible today, and we are all here to celebrate you and your achievements. Before I close, I want to take a moment to speak directly to all the families and the elders here today. Your love and support made this possible. To the grandparents who shared stories, and to the aunties who made the meals, to the parents who made sacrifices, and to the children who cheered on your mom and dad through all those late nights of studying, you are all part of this graduation too. To the faculty, staff, and leadership for the College of Muskogee Nation, you are creating an environment where Native students are seen, supported, and celebrated. You have made a difference. Thank you. And to graduates, never forget that you are the hope of our people. Your education is the beginning of the role that you now carry to advance tribal sovereignty. Don't stop believing in your people or in your power. Class of 2026, you are ready. Congratulations. We can't wait to see what you do next.
Thank you, Onawake, for your words of wisdom to our graduates. We appreciate your work with AHEC and on behalf of CMN and all tribal colleges and universities. It's been a pleasure to host you on campus throughout the years. You're a tremendous leader for the Cherokee Nation and an advocate for all of Indian country in the area of policy and Indian education. As a tribal college, we have many unique aspects of our institution, such as the cultural context of our curriculum and the close bonds developed among faculty, staff, and students. Our graduation ceremony is no different and includes a very special aspect. We invite a graduate respondent to reflect on their time here at CMN and to charge their fellow graduates to continue for the betterment of the Muskogee Creek Nation. I'm honored to introduce Nicholas Buller as our graduate respondent representing the 2026 College of the Muskogee Nation graduating class. Nicholas.
Heshe, Nicholas Bullard, Chaho Jifkaros, Muskogee, Adowa, Ovan, Tulsa, Legot, Muskogee, Adowa, Nakchoga, Mahaga, Sohowijat, Nakchoga Hija, Madoyayat, Yamudanita, Ejibaigayat, Sajafutchkis. Hello, my name is Nicholas Bullard. I'm a member of the Muskogee Nation and I live in Tulsa. As a student at the College of Muskogee Nation, I'm glad to be with you today. The last time I gave a speech was my first semester at college. I had notes, I had practice, and I was ready. I walked up to the front of the room, turned around, and there was just 3 people. And by that point, I'd given enough speeches in that class to be completely used to it. It was just any old Tuesday. So you can imagine what's happening to me right now, standing in front of at least 100 of you. So if you see me start visibly sweating, just know it's personal growth in real time. But here we are, we made it. A room full of graduates, some of us in general studies, some in other programs like the language. All of us who showed up, put in the work, and are walking across this stage today. Now, those of us in general studies, we looked at every field of study available and said, yes, all of it. We'll take all of it. Some people call it indecisive, I call it ambitious. We refused to be put in a box. We were curious about everything the world had to offer, or we genuinely couldn't decide. Honestly, probably both, and I think that's okay. But if there's one thing these past years taught all of us, regardless of what our diploma says, is that life doesn't really fit into a box either. Now, I can stand up here and pretend I have it all figured out. I've actually gotten pretty good at that. Someone asks, so what are you doing after graduation? And I give them a look, confident and mysterious, like I have a 5-year plan printed out and laminated somewhere. And I say something like, I'm exploring some really exciting opportunities. And what that really means is I have no idea. I've said it so many times, I'm starting to believe myself. And honestly, that might be the most valuable skill I developed in college. But in all seriousness, I don't think any of us really know what comes next. And I've stopped thinking that's the problem. A group of us, students and sponsors, packed onto a bus and rode from Oklahoma all the way to Rapid City, South Dakota for the AHEC Student Conference last year. And if you've never looked at that like trip on a map, I encourage you to do so. It was about 16 hours straight with stops included. And that first year, we competed in hand games. And for those of you who aren't familiar what hand games is, it's a traditional game where one team hides 2 bones and the other team tries to guess which hand you have the correct bone in. We gave it everything we had, landed somewhere in the middle of the pack, but that's the farthest that we had ever made it as a school. So we were proud of that, but we weren't going to stop there. So we came back home, spent another fall semester preparing and improving. This year, the conference was held in Bismarck, North Dakota, just basically the same length. But this time we did it over 2 days, so it was 8 and then like 6, but having to stop that night was rough, there and back. This time, however, in hand games, we got 3rd place. We went from the middle of the pack to standing on the podium. And now after today, since we will be TCU graduates instead of TCU students, we won't get to do that again. That one stings a little, but it also means that we are part of something that mattered enough to sting when it's over. And looking back, nobody on that bus was thinking about what came next. Nobody was worried about a 5-year plan or career trajectory. We were just there, fully there, doing something we enjoyed with our friends. That's the thing nobody tells you about not having a plan, is sometimes it means you're exactly where you're supposed to be, living in the present and enjoying what you're doing. That might be the most important thing any of us can do, because when we look back on these years, we're not going to remember the tests or the homework or the deadlines. We're going to remember volleyball until it got dark and then continued on. We're going to remember Miss Diana knocking on our doors at 4 a.m. and all of us sleepwalking to the shelter because a tornado was potentially heading our way. The moments where none of us knew what we were doing, but we figured it out anyway together. So when someone asks you what's next, and they will constantly, possibly starting in the parking lot after the ceremony, it's okay to say that you don't know yet. It's okay to still be figuring it out. Your degree means you're prepared for more than one path, and the world is wide open. We have absolutely no idea what comes next, and honestly, I think that's the most exciting thing about today.
Was a good recap of the hand games. Appreciate that. Let's give our AHEC team a round of applause. 3rd place hand games. Hand games are tough. Hand games are really competitive. So. All right, we're down to what we all came here for at this time.
That these candidates for graduation have completed the requirements prescribed by the College of Muskogee Nation Board of Regents for the degrees of Associate in Applied Science, Associate of Arts, Associate in Science, certificates in the Muskogee Language Studies, Muskogee Language Teaching,
By the authority vested in me, it is my honor and privilege to present you with the appropriate academic degree and certificates. Will the platform guests please join me in presenting our diplomas?
But they will take a picture with you. Yeah.
This card is on the podium somewhere.
My favorite student, Monty Randall, certificate in the Muskogee language, Muskogee Creek, Ichilgi, Deer Clan, Idowa Abika. Nicholas Buller, General Studies, Muskogee Creek, hometown Tulsa, Oklahoma. Michael Knight, certificate in the Muskogee language, Muskogee Creek, Imidelegida, Wutgulgi, Raccoon Clan, hometown, Oklahoma City Thunder, Oklahoma. Brianna Hill, certificate in the Muskogee language, Muskogee Creek, and Dakota. Imidilegada, Ichoalgi, Deer Clan, hometown, ufology, Ijoswitoy, Sapulpa, Oklahoma. Claudia McHenry, certificate in Muskogee language teaching, Muskogee Creek, Seminole, and Ojibwe. Ibidilegada Hodolgogi, Win Clan. Idalwa Talmajasi, New Tulsi. No Nation of Oklahoma. Imidilegada, Ichaswalgi, Beaver Clan, hometown Seminole, Oklahoma. Xavier Big Pond, General Studies, 3 affiliated tribes, Mandan Hidatsa, Yuchi, Arn Post, Imidilegada, Turtle Clan, hometown, Bristow, Oklahoma. Nathan Dunson, Native American Studies Associate of Arts degree, Muskogee Creek, Nogoselgi, Bear Clan, hometown, Denton, Texas. Taylor Dunson, General Studies, Muskogee Creek, Nogoselgi, Bear Clan, hometown, Dallas, Texas. Arthur Jogan Nogoselgi, Natural Resources and Certificate in Muskogee Language, Muskogee Creek, Cherokee Nation, Imidilegada, Imidawa Kowida, hometown, Bristow. Tashi Michaela, certificate in the Muskogee language, Muskogee Creek, Imidilegada Hodolgogi Imososwados. Los Angeles, California. Kiba Johnson, certificate in Muskogee language, Muskogee Creek, Cheyenne, Arapaho. Imidilegada Kachogi, hometown Morris, Oklahoma. Mahaya Khan, natural resources and certificate in Muskogee language, Muskogee Creek, Imidilegada Hodolgogi, Wind Clan, tribal town, Imidowa, Noyaga. Ariana Clark, certificate in Muskogee language, Muskogee Creek, Imidilegada Fuswogi, Imososwa, Bird Clan, granddaughter, Imidowa, Yofala Kanedi. Madeline Sanders, certificate in the Muskogee language, Muskogee Creek, Seminole, Mojave. Imidilegada Wotkogi Raccoon Clan, Imidowa, Kicho Padagi. Tashina Johnson Irvin, Tribal Services, Muskogee Creek, Imidilegada Ichoalgi, Deer Clan. Liliana Rodriguez, General Studies, Muskogee Creek, Imidilegada Ichoalgi, Deer Clan. Jalen Douglas, Tribal Services, Muskogee Creek, hometown Okmulgee, Oklahoma, by way of Eufaula. Gino Baricello, Muskogee certificate in the Muskogee language, Muskogee Creek, Imidilegada Ichaswolgi, Beaver Clan, Imidawa, Ajinahachi, Lutavokalsi. Craig Womack, certificate in Muskogee language, Muskogee Creek, Imidilegada, Hodolgogi, Wind Clan, Imidowa, Hilabi Kanedi. Christy Shannon, Tribal Services, Muskogee Creek, Ichoalgi, Deer Clan, hometown Okmulgee, Oklahoma. Lorraine Lewis, General Studies, Muskogee Creek, hometown Okmulgee, Oklahoma. Sadie Spencer, General Studies, Muskogee Creek, Yuchi, Imidilegada Turtle Clan, Imidawa Polecat. Josephine Felix, General Studies, Muskogee Creek, Imidilegada Ichoalgi, Deer Clan, Imidawa Sop Soko. Nevaeh Sutton, General Studies, Muskogee Creek, Imidilegada Ichoalgi, Deer Clan. Katie Guthrie, General Studies, Muskogee Creek, Imidilegada Nokoselgi, Bear Clan, hometown Okmulgee, Oklahoma. Chenoa Barnett, Associate of Arts in Native American Studies. Muskogee Creek, Sakangu Lakota, Imidilegata, Wotkogi Raccoon Clan, Imidolwa Noyaga. Gina Broomfield, General Studies, Muskogee Creek, Imidilegata, Wotkogi Raccoon Clan, hometown Okmulgee, Oklahoma. Silas Mitchell, Criminal Justice, Muskogee Creek, Cheyenne, Arapahoe, hometown Henrietta, Oklahoma. Brooke Branson, Tribal Services, Muskogee Creek, Imidilegata, Wotkogi Raccoon Clan, hometown Wilson, Oklahoma. Lauren Hill, General Studies, Muskogee Creek, hometown Eufaula, Oklahoma. Kylie Diaz, Criminal Justice, Cherokee, hometown Eufaula, Oklahoma. Emma Factor, Criminal Justice, Muskogee. General Studies, Muskogee Creek, Imidilegata, Nokosogi Bear Clan, Tribal Town, Wiogofki. Emory Soap, General Studies, Muskogee Creek, Cherokee, Choctaw, Imidilegata, Yahaulgi Wolf Clan, Imidola, Abika. Jasmine Arthurs, Tribal Services, Muskogee Creek, Nogosolgi Bear Clan, hometown Okemah, Oklahoma. Muskogee Creek, Imidilegata, Hajambogi, Sweet Potato Clan, Imidola, Tallahassee, Wagagai, hometown, Okmulgee, Oklahoma. Lexi Frank, Certificate in Tribal Leadership, Muskogee Creek, Imidilegata, Ichaswogi, Beaver Clan. Royce Grammar Billy, Certificate in Tribal Leadership, Muskogee Creek, Imidilegata, Ichaswogi, Beaver Clan, Imidola, Don Majusi, New Dossi. Summer Alexander. Tribal Services, Muskogee Creek, Imidilegida, Itzaolgi Deer Clan. Monisoma. Gabrielle Warnock, General Studies, Muskogee Creek, hometown Kellyville, Oklahoma. Sahoy Berry Hill, General Studies, Muskogee Creek, Imidilegida, Holbutta, Alligator Clan, hometown, Okfuskee County. Allison Proctor, Gaming, Muskogee Creek, Imidilegida, Hodolgogi Wind Clan, Imidola, Asilanabe, Greenleaf.
Class of 2026, please stand. Candidates for graduation, you may move your tassels from the right to your left. Muskogee and Owa, I present to you the College of the Muskogee Nation's 2026 graduating class. We appreciate everyone coming and attending this morning's graduation. This concludes our ceremony. Hadam Chihi Jatlis, Muddo!
Good job. Good job.